fight off diseases. So, forest therapy can lower the blood pressure and trigger the opposite of the stress response, which is the healing response. So there are actually guided forest therapy tours that can last 2 to 4 hours, and apparently it's not very little distance, so it's not like hiking. It's more of a stroll. Apparently some of these go no more than a mile, and you sit and you focus on natural sights and sounds much more than you walk. So it's about slowing down, just in the same way that the slow food movement is about slowing down and experiencing things, experiencing nature in a deeper way than you have before. So I believe that that approach, and again, you don't need to do a tour. If you can find a park or something to walk in and approach it that way, I think you'll find a lot of health benefits and a lot of de-stress. So if late summer starts to get to you, find your nearest forest, find your nearest park, and get in those woods. I'm sure that you will be glad that you did. And that brings us right up to blood pressure control, because as we've said, that this forest therapy or just walk in the woods can keep that blood pressure down. We are reminded of why that's important, because there's new research out that suggests that if you can keep your blood pressure under 120, which is the top number on the blood pressure has two numbers, one on top and one on the bottom. If you can keep the top number under 120, then you can stem off mild cognitive impairment, MCI, which can be the beginning of dementia. So if you are in this age group, and we're talking about between 50, really over the age of 59, if you're getting into that senior category, then this is something that you would want to be increasingly aware of. I don't know if you've had blood pressure all your life, how that impacts you, but I know that my mother developed MCI around the age of when she was in her mid to late 80s, I guess, somewhere around there. And she had always been battling with high blood pressure. She was on medications, bringing it down, but it was always a battle and a struggle. Our family has always been very susceptible to high blood pressure. And so when she was diagnosed with MCI, she began to have to take a different approach to living, because mild cognitive impairment can stop you from functioning in certain ways, where you might not remember what you've taken or what you've eaten, might not remember to do certain things. So mild cognitive impairment can really be something very difficult. So if you keep your blood pressure under control, you might be able to ward that off. So there are some tips for you on de-stressing and keeping your blood pressure down and good stuff like that. And so as we come to the end of our show, try to stay calm and stress-free as much as possible. And that blood pressure will come down, and then enjoy a slow meal. See you next time.